Well, hello everybody. How are you? How are you? Yes, my name is Wayne, and you're still watching Inside Fairlawn. Where am I today? We're right back here at the Maurice M. Pine Free Public Library. Why? Because there's another show happening tonight. We're having an artist reception, and I think I'll follow all these people in. Yes, our EMS people are out there doing their thing. She held the door for me. No, she didn't. Okay, we're going to go inside. No, she did. No, she didn't. Yes, go. Thank you. Thank you. All right. No, I understand there's a show upstairs today. So let's go find out what's going on in here. Wait a minute. I think this is it. Herb Stern. Let's go upstairs and see what this is all about. Stay with me. Okay, we're on the second floor now where the gallery is here, and there is a reception going on, and I happen to think this guy right in the middle of the floor might be the gentleman. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm just fine, thank you.
Introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Herb Stern. I live in Englewood, and I'm very happy to be here in Fairlawn at the library.
I happen to know that you've been involved with other things in the past, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay, now, I always love to see an artist at the reception because I don't always get a chance to talk to them.
Good.
Now, you have some very interesting techniques. Can I maybe just select a few things and have them... How about something right over here, as soon as Emma goes on?
Let's go talk about this one. This is one of the pieces I call a
That's allowed.
paper cut collage.
Now, I just want to stop right there. This is a whole different technique that I'm not that familiar with. Paper
Right.
cut, that literally is a paper cut technique. Is that the idea? Seriously?
That's correct. Paper cutting is a very traditional technique used very often with Judaica.
Keep on going, keep on going.
I had started doing paper cuts some years ago, mostly with a Judaic subject. This happens to be a biblical subject.
A bit abstract, I might say.
A little abstract, but also a little bit literal in terms of its subject matter.
Now, let me ask you, is this like a layered effect right now?
Yes, it is. What I have here in the front is a sheet of watercolor paper
Okay.
that's been stretched so it stays straight, and it's been cut out with certain shapes that I have that are then backed up.
What's the order of you thinking of putting this together? Because it looks like there's levels of work and there must be levels of thought about how it should be blended together. Is that
There
right?
certainly are. First comes a little drawing, then comes a rendering of the design of it without concern for color,
Oh, wow.
which I finalize on, then trace to the paper, and then cut it out. So actually the cut is done before color is considered.
So basically your thought process is multi-layered as well as your work.
Exactly.
That's interesting. More and more. I think we have maybe one around. Let's go find another one. I'm right behind you. We got them together. Yes, I think we found another one. Where are we? Here we are.
All right.
Now this is the same concept, but almost.
This is the same concept. It's and again, a paper cut with watercolor behind it, done in the same sequence of techniques. First the design is done, then the paper is cut, then the color is added behind the openings. And these striations and patterns in the watercolor paper come from a large sheet of paper that I cover with color, with a variety of colors.
Okay.
And then I let the colors run one into each other, and then sometimes I add salt to the wet color, and that's
Your
surprisingly.
paintings are on a salt-free diet, I thought.
No, not quite.
But not all the time.
As long as you're not eating the paint.
As long as you're not eating the paper. Let me just I want people to get an idea of size. Why don't you just stand next to it for a second? Because I want people to get an idea of how nice and large these are, too, by the way. Wow, really nice. I don't think I've met people before that have that medium on that level where they're dealing with cutting with paper. What made you even think about getting into something like that?
Well, I had been doing, as I said, small paper cuts.
Okay.
And then I thought,
Well, what made you start doing paper cuts in the first place?
I had taken a course in paper cutting. because
Paper cutting course.
I love to handle the X-Acto knife
Got it. Okay.
and use it to cut.
That's probably an important tool in your work.
It's a different way of drawing.
It totally is. I don't think I've seen somebody.
Right.
Wow. Now you have quite a few different examples. Maybe we could find another one out in the front.
By all means.
I'm going to follow you. Go right ahead.
Let's take a look.
And I always say thank you for taking some time to chat with me for a little while. Okay, now these are a little bit different from what we just saw before, I think. What's this about?
Here we have a painting
Nice and loud.
that is of some of the western landscape that we experience when we are out in Arizona for the winter.
Have you actually been there?
We have been there. This has not been done there, but when I'm out there, I do some sketches.
I was going to ask you about that. Sometimes, because I know other artists maybe do the same thing where they visit a landscape or an area.
Correct.
They either maybe take a picture or they have a picture in their mind.
Right.
They go back to the studio and they kind of like take that and put that on canvas.
This is essentially what. This is essentially.
But this
what
is a real
happens.
place.
This is a real place.
And you were once there.
We were there every winter.
Every winter, well, how come you never invited me out there before? Maybe the next
You're
time.
welcome to come. I'll show you where this is.
You show me where this is. All right, so this is oil now? Is that what we're
No,
talking?
no.
Watercolor?
This is also watercolor. This is the same technique in terms of laying in color and creating sheets.
Excuse me. All right, we were talking about now the painting factor.
Right.
Tell me about it again.
This is a different technique than what we had talked about before.
Right.
But it's also based on the same kind of watercolor painting that I'm using on what we call the paper cuts. Here I've taken the paper that I had laid out with color and I cut it out in shapes that gave me the kind of landscape coloration that I
So
wanted.
this is like the reverse process almost of what you did
It's
before.
picking up from that.
Oh, okay.
Indeed, this is an outgrowth of what I was doing with the paper cuts because I thought it might be nice to let those papers actually touch one another and see what kind of effect that has. It also is a combination with an acrylic paint, which is a much harder, flatter surface than you have here. So the combination of flat, hard color.
So we have like different fields of depth.
Exactly.
Depth of field, perhaps.
Exactly. That for me, that produces a different visual aspect. That gives it.
Let me ask you this: how long have you been actually doing what you've been doing? I think a little while now.
These-
Well, art in general.
Art in general
Yes.
has been my life.
It's been your life.
I was a graphic designer as a
Okay.
young man. I made my living that way.
So what made you sort of like transcend into this area?
One is retirement.
Not a bad concept from time to time,
and
right?
and the fact that indeed I had been painting in various media and printmaking for a long time.
How often do you get a chance to have a show?
To have a show?
Yeah, to show off your work.
I don't want to show more than every other year at best.
Oh, come
because
on.
it takes time to produce a body of work that can really put a show together.
Are most of these relatively current?
These are all, I would say, that within
the
the
last few years?
5 to 7 years.
Okay. How did you find out about being here at the Pine Gallery, by the way? How'd that pop into you?
Well, I had a show here some years ago, and I was very happy. This is a nice space to be in. It displays your work very well.
Let me ask you this, too. How do you feel with people looking at your work? How does that make you feel?
I always enjoy what people come back with when they have seen my work, and they say, oh, I see this and I see that.
That's cool.
And sometimes it's completely different than what I may have had in mind.
Do you know how long the show's going to be running?
This
I
show
think
is
maybe towards the end of October, I believe, something like
towards
that.
the end of October. We'll be taking it down after the 25th of October. So.
Congratulations. By the way, folks, I just want everybody to know that we're right in the middle of the opening reception. He's having family, friends, and enemies show up today. So it should be a very festive occasion. Congratulations. Pleasure seeing you again, Herb, and go enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
All right,
cookie,
folks.
Anna.
I'm going to stop and have a cookie. Yes, definitely. So look, I just want everybody to know that this is something special and unique. I love talking with Herb. And I just want to say, look for me. I'll be coming around your neck of the woods real soon. Until we meet again, my name is Wayne Robbins. I'll see you next time inside Fail On.